All right. So if you recall, the formula for axis symmetry is x equals negative b over 2a. So now there's lots of negatives here, so you have to be careful. So it's negative b, which means it's negative 8. So it's 8 over negative 8, which is negative 1. So then I want you to write x equals negative 1 as the axis of symmetry. Now that means we're going to plug negative 1 in for x. Negative 4 parentheses negative 1 squared minus 8 times negative 1 plus 2. Negative 4 plus 8 plus 2 equals 6. So your vertex is at negative 1 comma 6. Anybody have any questions with that? Come on, everybody can do this. And so now your y-intercept was 0c. Thank you very much. So in this case, it is 0, 2. So here we go. Now we're going to come over here. We're going to graph x equals negative 1. Now we're going to plot the point, negative 1, 6. Now we plot the y-intercept. Then you use the y-intercept to find the third point. Right now, like I said, it's been a while. Does anybody have any questions with that? Anybody have any issues? All right, then we're going to try to draw the parabola. Try to draw it through those 3 points and let notability do the rest. Oh, come on. I know it's been a while, so that's why I'm asking. Anybody have any issues? I just don't think that's that bad. Yes, ma'am. Tell me.
So how many points do you have to plot, like go down another one?
No, just that. I don't want you doing any different than what I'm showing you.
So just two.
Yeah, that's fine. Right? You really just need 3 points to determine the outline of the parabola, right? On the ones where it's in vertex form already, I just do 5 points because I think that's important also. All right. Anybody have any issues with number 11 now? Now take out your handy dandy calculator. Type in y equals negative 4x squared minus 8x plus 2 and take a look at it. Then I think you should take the calculator and calculate the vertex. Keep in mind that this vertex is a max. All right. Now, again, I wrote on some of y'all's tests. Come on, you never asked me any questions. You're just sitting there. Don't participate. Now, I'm asking one last time, does anybody want me to explain anything again about number 11? Anybody have any issues? Nobody. Everybody knows how to use the calculator. It should be 100 on your test because I want you checking it with your calculator. All right, here we go. Let's take a look at number 12. All right, same principle. Yeah, on this one, I just tried to, change up the coordinates a little bit so you could see the negatives. So x equals negative b over 2a. In this case, it would be what? 8 over 8, which is 1. So x equals 1 is the axis of symmetry. So now we plug 1 in. 4 minus 8 minus 5. So what is that? Negative what? I think negative 9. So the vertex now is 1 comma negative 9. The y-intercept 0. 0 what? 0 comma, what did you say? I didn't hear you. That's what I'm saying. Little things I keep writing on your, if you just be careful to details. All right. Anybody have any questions with that part? All right, here we go. Now let's graph the axis of symmetry, x equals 1. Vertex is where? So let's graph 1, negative 9. Y-intercept. 0, negative 5. So how far away are we? 1. So there's the outline. Now let's try to graph it. Anybody have any issues with that? Now I'll give you a second, type it on the calculator for practice. Y equals 4x squared minus 8x minus 5. Now, is this a maximum or a minimum down here? It's a minimum. Okay, anybody? All right, now remember, those two forms are called standard form. And standard form, remember, is ax squared plus bx plus c, just like that. All right. Anybody have any issues? All right, now let's try, hopefully the next ones are vertex forms. Yes. So we have vertex form. All right, now if you want to remember, it was y equals a parentheses x minus h squared plus k. All right, kiddos, tell me vertex is what?
1/7.
Very nice. -3, 7. -3, 7. You might need me to review that with you.
Yeah, how do we get that?
Remember, it's h and k, right?
Yep.
H is the +3. However, look at the relationship. If I say the vertex is HK, notice H is opposite and K is the same. Do you agree with me on that?
Yeah.
All right, anybody have any issues? So what's the axis of symmetry? X equals -3. Your horizontal shift is what? Left 3. And then our vertical is up 7. It's just what you moved on the vertex. And then your stretch is what? -5. All right, so now everybody's going to graph the axis of symmetry. X equals -3. -3, 7. Plot that point. Now, what's the vertical stretch? So what does that mean I do? Right 1, down 5. Because you're multiplying 1 times 5. Normally you go over 1 and up 1, remember? Because 1 squared is 1. How did I know it was -5? Because the stretch is -5. You with me? Now, if I wanted to, I could go to the right 2. Then I'd have to go down what? 20, right? What's 2 squared? Right? Is everybody with me? You'd be going down 20. Can I really go down 20? No. So then we just have these coordinates. All right. Now, again, try to draw through the points and let your notability finish it up for you. Max or men here? Max. All right. Now type it on the calculator just the way you see it. And then look at it and see if you agree. Yes, sir.
Why is it going down? So it goes over 1 down 1.
It would be, but the vertical stretch tells you you're multiplying the down 1 by 5. Remember?
Over 1 down 5.
That is correct.
Wow.
Because
I see now.
the A is -5. Anybody have any questions? That's why I'm talking. I wrote some notes to you on your test saying, please speak up. Anybody have any issues with that? All right, let's check out 14 now. Yeah, that's back in standard form. Do I agree? Standard form. All right, let's do number 16 because it's another review problem for vertex form. So we did 2 standards and 2 vertex, and then I'm going to stop and you're going to do the rest of them. All right, here we go. Everybody look at number 16 now. All right, try it on your own. When I say vertex, everybody should be able to give me an answer. Vertex is what? 5, -8. And if you accidentally said -5, you need to make yourself a note. The x coordinate is always the opposite sign. The x coordinate is always the opposite sign. The y is the same sign. So now everybody can tell me what the axis of symmetry is. No. X equals 5. Remember, axis of symmetry is a line, so we have to write it as x equals. So now I shifted what? I shifted to the right 5, and then I did what?
Down 8.
Then I went down 8, and my stretch is 3. All right, here we go. So now we're going to graph x equals 5. Then graph 5, -8. Now, from there, I go what? Someone help him.
Over 1 up 3.
Over 1 up 3.
And then over 2 up 12.
Wait a minute. I'm not there yet. Then use the axis symmetry. All right. Now we're going to say I can go to the right 2. Normally it would be up how many? 4. Because 2 squared is 4. But in this case, we're going to do 4 times what?
3.
Which is, so I'm going up 12. Then use the axis symmetry. And look how nice that is.
How do we know when we're supposed to go like 2 and sometimes we just do 1?
You never go 2, 1.
No, I mean like it's like sometimes we only get 3 dots, sometimes we 5.
Well, the reason is because I tried to show you that sometimes you can't do 3 dots. Like before, you would have to be going up 20. There's not 20 spaces on the graph for us to go up. You agree with that?
Yeah.
So generally, I would tell you, how many points must you have?
3.
You must have 3. You must have 3. 5 is just helpful. You see what I'm saying, right?
Yeah.
So again, it doesn't matter to me if you put 3 or 5. All right, I'm just showing you the other point just because I'm trying to put into your brain what the stretch is. All right. Now, is this a minimum or a maximum? Minimum. Now, please type it in on your calculator and tell me that you got that answer. Look at it. And if for some strange reason you don't, now is the time to ask. Now is the time to ask.
How do you change how big the graphics is?
I don't know what that means.
That's Thursday.
Zoom standard. Is your graph out of?
Like that? I'll do the calc, and then I'll do the minimum. I don't know where my point is. It's looking up there, but I can't get it.
So you should hold it to the left. What's that number right there?
-6.
Right, so it's at -6. So we don't want it at -6. We want it way over here. So hold it down to the right. And now it should be coming into your screen here shortly. Now you're holding it down sometimes so fast it's zooming by without you being able to tell. So you went so fast. Oh, you just want to put it on the left. Let's do this again. Second calc. We want to do the minimum. So your cursor is, we want to be just to the left. So
Yeah.
hit enter. Then you move it to the right.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Hey, turn on the lights for me real quick, will you? Shh, 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 shh. And now listen, I have, again, just a good opportunity. Like I said, I'm trying to make it easy. I'm not trying to make it hard. All right, so now I'm giving you 6 problems to do. That's what you're doing right now. And just check every problem. Use your calculator to check every answer. Just a minute. All right. Then what you're doing is if you're not coming up with a correct answer, just come on up and say, hey, just give me a little help, or why am I doing this wrong? Your calculator is always going to be what? If you typed it in properly. I had someone today ask me about it and say their calculator's all messed up, and it's not the calculator. It's you didn't type it in correctly. That's what the problem is. All right. Now I'm saying everybody should get 100 because this is what your test is going to look like. Exactly what the test is going to look like. All right. There'll be just 10 problems instead of 20. And you're just going to have to graph it out. And everybody has the ability to get a what? Because you can look at your what? You can look at your calculator. All right. You still are going to have to identify the pieces like my work that's in there. That's what your work is going to have to look like. All right. Anybody have any questions? All right. Remember, get the work done. Less work tonight. All right. Get it done in class. And then talk to me if you're having trouble.